Hey everybody! Do you remember playing the alphabet game on family road trips when you were kids? You know, where you find a sign or you find a word that starts with A on the signs, and then you find a word that starts with B, and you go through the whole alphabet. And Q's and X's were always the worst, and usually you come up with some sort of rule where you can use license plates for Q's and X's. Well, I still do that sometimes while I'm driving. That's just one tip I have to have fun while you're out on the road. It helps time fly. It keeps your mind going. I just think it's a fun thing to do. It's a very simple game, but it's a fun thing to do while you're driving. Some other really obvious tips for having fun while out on the road are apps. I have a music app that I love. I can pull up pretty much any song I want at any time. I have an audiobook app. I listen to tons of books. I never read much as a kid growing up because it always made me sleepy. But now as an adult with audiobooks, tons of books. Love it. Also podcasts. Any subject you can possibly imagine, there's a podcast about it. Also, the CB radio is one that I know a lot of people don't like. I usually use it just for bad weather and backups, but sometimes I flip it on just to hear the banter. It's kind of fun to hear truckers talk back and forth about engines and whatever. Gets religious or political, I usually turn it off, but usually it's really kind of fun to listen to once in a while. Also, I enjoy the scenery, even to the quote-unquote boring states, Kansas, Dakotas. I really enjoy just always trying to find something pretty to look at, and you can usually find something if you're looking for it. Other things I do that are a little bit different. I'm a runner. Probably have mentioned these things before. Just to get away from the truck and turn your mind off. I think that's really important in trucking, and I find it very fun too because you can kind of get away from the truck stops a little bit and explore some of the areas around you. Also, I picked up ukulele. I'm not very good at it, but it sure is a fun thing to do while I'm out here. I mean, we live in these trucks, we're in them all the time, and I think that's a nice way to kind of break up your day and break up your mind a little bit from this truck. Other things you can do is enjoy the local foods, different places you go to. There's so many different restaurants out there, and I recommend staying away from the chain and finding a really interesting place to grab a new meal or Vietnamese or whatever, because you'll find anything. There's always interesting stuff around. So those are a few tips to have fun while you're out on the road. I'm sure there's a ton more. Like, people have pets, which I think is so cool. Midwest Carriers has a pet policy, so you can have your pup along, and that's another great way to get out of the truck, take them for a walk for bathroom break. And I don't know, I just think that that's a really cool idea. You have a companion and company. So there's all kinds of cool things you can do to have fun while out on the road. If you guys are interested in checking out more about Midwest Carriers, go to drivemidwest.com and give us a call if you're interested. We're always looking for quality drivers. And I hope we have a safe and fun day out there, and I'll see you on down the road.